Look. Frank, nobody's chasing you.
American Airlines Flight 131 to Pittsburgh is now ready for boarding. Passengers with boarding passes, please proceed to gate.
Speaking of being on the run, I mentioned Empire of the Sun being my second favorite Spielberg film. We arrive at my number one favorite. Catch Me If You Can was the movie that convinced me all of Spielberg's movies were worth exploring. I only saw it because I noticed, hey, Spielberg's directed this, maybe this is worth watching. And it was a revelation. My parents got divorced when I was almost exactly the same age Spielberg was when his parents got divorced, and it's a really weird thing to try to make sense of, as every child of divorced parents knows. That weirdness is exactly what this movie is about. The desperate running away and the longing to get caught. The running away in order to get caught. This seems to me one of Spielberg's most profoundly personal films, that grapples with a broken family as openly as he has ever allowed himself. Every scene between DiCaprio and Walken plays devastatingly for me. The ambivalence between them, the need to connect, the need to impress, the begrudging recognition, the secret understanding. All of it drenched in the almost expressionist lighting Spielberg began using in AI. Here, where the son directly reaches out to his father, Spielberg turns them both into shadows, maybe of each other.
Then ask me to stop. You can't stop.
Maybe the reason the movie is so beautiful is because Spielberg now can identify so thoroughly with both DiCaprio's lost boy and Tom Hanks' workaholic father figure. One of the finest and weirdest things about the film is its extended ending, full of false starts until they realize they're both missing a family.
You're just a kid.
I'm not your kid. You said you were going to Chicago.
My daughter can't see me this weekend. She's going skiing.
You said she was 4 years old. You're lying.
She was 4 when I left.
It's a bit like Spielberg is unwilling to leave these characters, as am I. All of the movies around this time revolve around images related to 9/11, so we stick around in airports. In a way, you could regard The Terminal as another attempt at Always. Yet again, romance is related to air travel. In a deeper sense, it's a continuation of the concerns of Catch Me If You Can. It's about survivalism through ingenuity, and in an even deeper sense, it's about the issues of translation that has interested Spielberg since Close Encounters, all the way through Amistad. Translation is for Spielberg also very much a matter of ingenuity.
I think the greatest thing is when people at least make an effort to communicate. And when the person doesn't get it, you have to try harder and be resourceful and inventive and finding different ways to get your message across.
And while The Terminal isn't about being on the run, its predicament is similarly desperate, being stuck. I think it's kind of charming. It doesn't have the central credibility problem of Always, in that I can actually kind of believe that Tom Hanks is East European, but I'm still unsure if Catherine Zeta-Jones's flight attendant would be very much interested in him. The most convincing love story here is between Zoe Saldana and Diego Luna. I love them.